Alright, so the customer is getting the bad news of yet another warranty company declining a claim. How about that? Are you shocked? It's Monday, and there ain't much going on in the bays. Not much at all. Seems like September has drifted over into October. So let me show you the car that we called in to claim for. Oh, and guess what's still here? Because you can't get a decent used subframe and a customer doesn't want to buy a new one. Doesn't want to buy a new rear subframe. Can't get a used one. This car here is Ford's prize engineering marvel right here. The 1.5 turbo. Yeah, so Ford acknowledges that, so just like Honda, that they build a poor block design for a boosted vehicle. What idiots. How stupid are you really that you're going to put a coolant groove in the engine block on a boosted vehicle? Isn't sealing power like #1 priority of cylinders? Right? Let's say cylinder sealing power is the most important thing on a boosted supercharged or nitrous motor. So what does Ford do? They cut grooves in between the cylinder walls, and now that becomes a weak point for cylinder sealing power. So engine deck surface, head gasket to cylinder head. How about that? So if you read Ford's TSB on this, replace the short block. So we did everything we were supposed to do with this car, and we didn't begin the work. Was 1, evaluate the engine light. 2, move forward with diagnosing the customer's concerns, which we were told by the customer to do that. And I don't think we did a video, or did we do it? Well, we did do a video, but Caleb did it on his phone. That this vehicle failed the combustion leak test. And no, we didn't have it in the tailpipe. How stupid. You want to hear how slimy this is? Hear how slimy this is. Ready? Ford knows that this is a problem. Honda knows this is a problem. And then the next time you sit down to buy a brand new Ford or a Honda, you want to scratch your head and say, is this piece of shit going to make it 60,000 miles for $800 or $1,500 a month? Probably not. You should have just kept your old car. So this engine was in a bunch of different vehicles, and what they did was between the cylinder walls on the deck surface, they cut reliefs. On a boosted engine, the cylinder pressure is so high that, believe it or not, the cylinders actually are doing this depending on the use of the vehicle. And the engineers already know this. Like, well, how many of these cars are we going to eat for engines in the warranty period? And they ate a lot of them. But it wasn't all of them, so they consider that a win. And the most common problem with the Hondas and the Fords is coolant loss. I've even seen coolant loss in many new vehicles from a poor designed engine, that the coolant is getting into the combustion chambers and going out the tailpipe. And eventually, over a period of time, that it doesn't show up until the car is typically out of warranty. Sound familiar? So if you have low coolant and no visible external leaks, it's the engine that's consuming the coolant. In some of these cars, if you stick a scope inside the engine, you will see the coolant dripping into the combustion chamber. In the old days, the oil returns and coolant returns used to be very close to each other, and your engine oil would mix and become milky, if you guys remember that. The engineers got smart and said, okay, well, we're getting too many warranty claims for this. Let's move the coolant returns and the oil returns so that we don't have this problem. All right, so it doesn't show up like it used to. And moisture is normal, shown on the top of the cap, but sometimes it's confusing. It could be a little bit of antifreeze. Yeah, so Ford knows of this. They would only stand behind it as if the engine was still under factory warranty. And if it was out of warranty, guess what, Mr. Customer? Right up the butthole, we got to put a short block in it. We use the cylinder head, but put a short block in it. How about that? Honda's the same way. They're selling you crap knowing that it's a bad design and hoping that you just make it out of warranty. And if it's in warranty, it'll take care of it. That should be a red flag for you. So Ford actually has a redesigned short block that fixes this problem so it doesn't come back. So if you go and buy one of these used engines and you're putting an engine in for the same reason you're changing it. This one is only shortly behind it, if not already has the same problem. Declined repair. We went failed combustion leak test. They said no need to tear it down. We pulled up scan tool freeze frame data, showed that the misfire occurred after purchase of the car. All the monitors were set and they still declined the repair. You should be petrified. Caleb bought a Honda engine with a bad engine block design. Can you move for me? Or can you like sheep?
Good. I'm well aware of what I did.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time.
Mm-hmm. I'm well aware
Ticking
of what I
time bombs.
But the difference is I can go through the process to fix it myself.
You know what's crazy is that I know for a fact if it's a cast iron block, it could be welded and decked.
Yeah.
If it's an aluminum block, it could be welded and decked. So the problem really isn't that big to resolve over stupid engineering mistakes.
Yep.
And I just said that every engineer knows a boosted engine needs cylinder sealing power.
Yes.
Why would you cut a receiver groove between cylinders?
Yeah.
Stupid.
You know, whenever